Good morning, everyone. This is David with Rollover Live. Well, we've got some more coverage. We're working our way down the peninsula. We're actually just east of Rollover Pass, and so I don't know what's happening with my camera. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get it to go. And there we go. Let me get it back going again. Oh, we must be having trouble with internet down here. Anyway, we're down at just east of Rollover Pass, and actually some individuals have come down here and started moving some of the timber off the highway that's down here. There's some pilings, some poles, and they've started moving some of the timber off. We're heading down towards where the bad part of 87 is, and it is closed at this time. And I did just talk to Energy, Jim Mullane. We've been in contact, and I said, you know, do you have a game plan yet? Because we have a lot of broken poles. We've had tornadoes that come through, shear wind, and so he said that they're staging people right now, and as soon as the road is clear, I know the county, I ran into William Como earlier, the county was going through and counting telephone poles that were broke, and so you can see some of the debris that floated across the road here, and at one point this was all underwater. And so we didn't go past Rollover Pass when we did our show early this morning in the brunt of things, but I wanted to show you what it looked like now, and get down here as soon as we can. The Gilchrist, Kaplan, Rollover Pass area took a brunt hit down here with wind because of the elevation, with tidal surge. Some houses still have water underneath them. The tide is going down, and that's a good thing, because I noticed the lagoon that I talked about earlier that was flooding between 87 and the beach. Now you can get down those roads, and it looked like that the wash came up on the roads that I went down about 2 streets to the 2nd street. And so I had someone call me and ask me about the dunes, and I said, really? What do you think they're like? And so, you know, dunes are there for a reason, and that's to protect your property and to take the brunt. It stops wash coming through or slows it down. And so, you know, dunes are a good thing for us, and they've done their job. We lost about 10 or 15 feet in some areas 2 weeks ago whenever we had Alberta and the full moon and the summer solstice and everything else that came together. But with this tide, and I'm anxious to see what kind of tide we had on here. I know that at one point, like I said, we had a wind gust of 70.6 miles an hour. That's what Cody texted me when we were doing our feed earlier in the early morning. And so there's still some water washing across the road, but it's not from the surf, from what I'm seeing. The tide's gone down. It's mainly water trapped behind the dune, the vegetation line, and under houses, and that's what's blowing across the road. So there's a portable building that someone didn't have tied down that's out in the middle of Highway 87. Here as we get what I call the birdhouse area, down here towards the end of the houses, the last house standing. You know, we've got broken poles, we've got down power lines, we've still got some flooding, strictly because the water hasn't been able to drain off quick. We're not that much higher than elevation here. And so it's going to take a little bit. But the good part is I did talk to Jim. I can hear some tin on some patios flashing. I did talk to Jim Mullane with Energy, and they are staging crews right now, and we'll have crews down here as soon as Highway 87 gets open so that they can start repairs and do things. The emergency personnel down here have been great. The sheriff's department, they were out in it checking things, checking on people. Galveston County ESD number 2 was right along with them. They were running the roads, checking on things, checking on the tide. And so the county people were out early this morning. Like I said, I talked to William Como, and he was out actually on 87 counting poles that were broke. Also, between the North Jetty and Retillion Road, there's a power line that's hanging real low. And so if you're traveling that area in there, the ferry is not open yet. I did talk to them, and they said they're going to look at it around 1 o'clock. And then I figure it's going to be a little later than that because we've still got quite a wind. And so, you know, I'm thinking more like 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. As far as energy coming down, I think it's going to take TxDOT a while. You can see we've still got water on the road. I don't know how bad it is, but I can tell you, here's a building I want to show y'all because y'all know this building. The big metal building that was slowly rusting apart right before you get to the last house, it's gone. It's collapsed. And so let me make sure there's no one behind me. I want to turn so that you can see this and pull in the drive here. The wind's still kicking probably 35 up here. And so there you can see the building there that I was talking about. And let me pull back over here real quick and back up. Let me, I just got a text from someone. Let me see if it's something that I can share with everyone. Just a second. Let's see, Greg Fountain just sent me this. Tex 87, about a mile from Mulberry, is completely blocked by Jersey barriers. As far as I can see, it is not possible to get to Highland at this time, and the ferry is not running until further notice. Access on and off the peninsula is not possible at this time. And so they sent me a picture, and what they're talking about are the barriers that they put up to protect Highway 87 is actually on Highway 87. So this is going to be a complete rebuild. Now, I don't mind applauding TxDOT, and there you can see a power line down right there leaning up against it. I don't mind applauding TxDOT, but I don't know how much money they spent for the repair they had, but it's not fixed. In fact, it's tore apart. And so what's it gonna take to repair 87 now? And so Greg Fountain, thank you for sending me that. I appreciate it. I've had Cody text me this morning information on the wind, that we had that 70.6 mile an hour wind gust. And so there you can see power lines down. This is what it looks like down here right now. Highway 87 still has water coming over it, strictly because it's not that much the surf, it's the water trapped in the ditches. And I'm gonna try and get down here a little bit and see. We've got power lines down, we've got telephone poles down, and so when they start the build back, it's going to be a process. In fact, part of it looks like this area in here reminds me, I hate to say it, the I word, what it looked like coming back down here. And so it's really devastating. And, you know, we knew it was coming. We just didn't know how bad, you know, and they came out with 2 to 4 feet of storm surge, and then they came out with 4 to 6 feet of storm surge, and I believe we got every bit of that from what I'm seeing. I hope y'all can see okay. The camera's a little dark, but this is gonna be a rebuild process for a little bit. I'm not gonna go all the way down to where the barriers are, just because I know there's emergency personnel down there. There's 87. We've got some stuff across 87 here, and I know it just gets worse as it goes down. In fact, here is where the little pull-in area was. They had some restrooms, portable restrooms here, and where you could sit on, access the beach. And I'm gonna pull and let y'all see this real quick, what it looks like here. And there's the Gulf, you can see it. It's still turning good. We've still got some strong winds down here, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep going down while we have internet and see what it looks like down here. This is washed pretty clean because we had waves and stuff going over it. But this is the first look from Bolivar Live of Highway 87 and the devastation, that area between High Island and Rollover Pass that, you know, we've been worried about and worried about and worried about. Now, this was a Cat 1 storm, 150 maybe miles away, that did this devastation. Granted, we were on the bad side of it. You know, if it was the other direction, it probably wouldn't have been this bad, or hopefully. But when Laura hit, you know, we had problems down here too. And so, and that actually hit in Lake Charles. And so you can see everything's flat along here. I think we're actually coming up to the barriers, that you'll be able to get a glimpse of what the barriers look like. And I know Highway 87's closed to get through, and so we're gonna try and see if we can get up here. One good thing is, so far, knock on wood, and I think it's gonna happen up further, is the asphalt isn't pulled up. And I was worried that we'd have asphalt pulled up. Now, we may see that. If it happens, it's going to be up here where the barriers are, because they had some drive-throughs, and at the end of the barrier is where I noticed it before when we had the storm 2 weeks ago. And so for those that are just joining us, we're on that stretch of Highway 87. I got word that the Jersey barriers, those concrete barriers that they had rock put against, are scattered along the highway for as long as the eye can see. And so that's where we're heading down to get a glimpse of it. Highway 87 is closed, from my understanding, and the Bolivar Ferry is closed. When I talked to them earlier, they said that they were going to look at it around 1 o'clock and assess it and see if they could start running a ferry to try and get repair crews and homeowners and personnel over here. I don't know of any calls that went out for emergency personnel during the storm. I can tell you, they had a full staff over here. I talked to them on the phone. I saw them on the road when we were out. And so you can see here what it looks like going down Highway 87. I want to thank Galveston County ESD number 2. Want to thank the Highland Volunteer Fire Department, the Crystal Beach Volunteer Fire Department, the Port Bolivar Volunteer Fire Department, the constables, the sheriffs. You know, Doug Saunders kept in contact with me, letting me know what was going on, how things were going. I want to thank Chris, one of the supervisors that gave me a holler when we were getting ready to film. They were out assessing the situation. There you can see some tide coming in again a little bit. We're actually on a downhill slide for the tide. It's an outgoing tide all day. High tide isn't again tomorrow morning until like 8:30 or 9:30, if I'm not mistaken. But they may have some runoff undermining on the north side of 87. And so, you know, this is going to be a chore. There's some of the Jersey barriers. I don't know if you can see them on the right side. Those were buried. And now we're getting down into the area where they did the repairs, and they're up on the road. And I'm hoping we can get down and view them a little bit to let everyone see what it looks like. There's another pelican. Boy, I felt sorry for those pelicans this morning. They were at Rollover Pass. They were on the beach side of the pass, and they were trying to go towards the beach, and the water was running under the bridge coming from the beach, and they were trying to fly, but the wind was 45, 50 miles an hour, and bless their hearts, they did everything they could to get out from under the bridge and stay afloat there. And so we're coming down, coming up to the Jersey barriers now. I got to get a drink here. Hopefully everything's still working. I've been watching the road and not watching the feed that much. But here's Highway 87 and the repairs that are going to have to be made. Actually, there's not much on the road here, but there is in front of us. Looks like a vehicle in the ditch. Hopefully he's okay, and maybe he was parked there. But there you can see, in fact, we're going to be able to make it up to the barriers and see exactly what it looks like. Here you can see where they start, and then they go for as far as you can see around here. I'm going to go around this tree. Cedars, boy, they survive everything. But there you can see what it looks like down here. The Jersey barriers, what it looks like down here. And I'm not going to go any further than this. I just want to show everyone what it looked like and give you a view of the barriers that are on Highway 87. And so it's going to take a while. They'll be able to move them pretty quick. But you know, these were put in by stakes, and then they had rock in front of them, and all that has washed across, and it actually looks like one of those security entrances at a U.S. military base or the port where they put the barriers back and forth across. But you can see one here in front of me, and as far as the eye can see, that's what it looks like. And so they've got some cleanup to do. I'm gonna, as soon as we get back to Rollover and are done, I'm going to contact TxDOT, and we've talked to Energy. Energy has said that they're staging people as soon as they can get down here, and the sheriff is stuck. You saw that on the camera. As soon as they can get down here, they'll have crews down here. I'm going to contact TxDOT and find out from them what their plans are to get this part of Highway 87 open, so that repair people, business owners, everyone can come back down here. So anyway, we're gonna head on out. Highway 87's closed. It's not gonna open anytime soon. Live from the upper Texas coast, I'm David with Rollover Live on Highway 87 coverage. Y'all have a great day, great week. Say your prayers for everyone along the Texas coast. God bless, and bye-bye.